Hello and welcome back to Typical City. I tell you what, I'm in a good mood and I haven't been in a good mood since that Crystal Palace draw. Put a right stinker on my long-term mood and I've been craving a Premier League win ever since that game and I got it. We got it. Yesterday, Manchester City 3, Everton 1, a much-needed statement win. Statement win. Not quite a statement performance, but still a statement win because it isn't easy. Going Goodison Park, they've got that siege mentality right now. It's a difficult place to go. It's a hostile environment. And although the performance wasn't scintillating, namely in the first half, that 10-15 minute spell at the end of the first half was a little bit concerning, but the rest of the game I thought we were reasonably good. Second half performance, I don't think I gave enough praise yesterday during my watch along for how well City did in that second half, not only to turn the game around, but to regain control of the game. They did really well. That one mistake, that big mistake with Akanji, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, all collectively making that mistake that resulted in Everton's goal was an alarming repetition again of mistakes we've seen this season from start to finish of this season so far, at least, where these mistakes are becoming costly and we need to eradicate them. We need to cut them out of our game. But what was really good was the second half performance that was enough to get 3 points and really show the Premier League that City are not done. We are still fighting. We still have plenty of belief in this team, and it was really good to see so many players in that second half. Right, let's have a quick look at the match stats. Pretty much what we've seen all season, really. Very, very similar stats throughout every game this season. And I mean, these are the same stats had against Liverpool, and not exactly number for number, but more or less along the same lines against Liverpool, against Spurs, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, games that we've dropped points. Yet yesterday, same again, but this time 3 points. So maybe we're getting a little bit of what we deserve right now, which is good. 28% possession to our 72. 7 shots for Everton to our 23, 2 shots on target to our 9 on target, an XG of 0.98 for Everton, which is quite high considering how the game panned out. 2.6 for us, which is decent. 2 big chances for Everton. They come from mistakes. They will come from mistakes. Big chances are being gifted to oppositions right now. We need to cut that out of our game. 4 of our own, though, is really, really good. 772 passes to their 293, 13 fouls to our 5, 4 yellow cards for them and 2 for us. 3-1. That's all that matters. That's the big numbers at the top. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. And we won the game. So reasonably pleased, in particular with that second half performance. Let's have a look at Edison. I thought his distribution yesterday was really good. It's difficult to rate goalkeepers, but I thought he did reasonably well. In particular with his distribution, which is why I've included the long balls and how accurate they were. Really, really good. 9 out of 12 accurate long balls. That's pretty sensational, really, from a goalkeeper. 91% passing accuracy in total, 58 touches. 1 save, which kept us in the game. Can't forget that. Harrison nearly got a second goal, didn't he? You know, from a corner, comes over the top, lands at the feet of Harrison with the outside of his foot, tries to whip it into that top left-hand corner. Big save from Edison that's prevented the game from becoming 2-0. And that task, turning around a 2-0 deficit, would be infinitely harder, so much harder to do. And Edison's kept us in the game with that save, so really good. No punches, no high claims, and 1 run out that was successful. 7 out of 10 for Edison. Kyle Walker, I haven't heard a peep from the critics, from the doubters, the Manchester City fans who have been nailing him to the wall all season, calling out Kyle Walker. They go quiet, don't they? Where are you? Get out of your rock. Come out. Lift that rock up take that rock off your head, get on with it, and show us. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Praise the man. Praise the man, because he had a great game yesterday. A really good game. You know, he didn't put a foot wrong in my eye. I think there was one moment in the second half where he tried a little dribble and he misplaced his touch and it went out for a throw-in. Other than that, I can't see Kyle Walker making a mistake in that game yesterday. Not that I can remember. And I've watched the game back. So I've seen it twice. I still saw a very good... my eyes didn't deceive me the first time round. Second time round, Kyle Walker. Very, very good. Solid. 90 minutes, 118 touches, which is a lot. 91% passing accuracy, very good. 2 tackles, 3 ground duels, he won them all. He wasn't dribbled past once. And 1 dribble attempt, and it was successful. 7 out of 10 is the minimum I think Kyle Walker deserves. I think if he had any more involvement in the game, he'd be getting a much higher score. 7 out of 10 for Kyle Walker. Manuel Akanji had a little bit of a ropey first half, a little bit uncertain at times. He didn't really fill me with confidence in that first half. He was okay in the second half without too much defending to actually do, playing more of that Ruben Diaz role, being the rock, being the middleman, which is... and he also had to step into midfield in the second half in periods of time as well. And he didn't do too badly in there either. Not his greatest game, but not a bad game. 99 touches, 95% passing accuracy, no tackles for Manuel Akanji, which is odd. 1 interception though, 3 ground duels, only 1 of them was won. 6 clearances, really good, getting involved in the dirty side of defending, love to see that. No block shots though, 6 out of 10 for Manuel Akanji. Gvardiol, here we are. How critical have I been of Gvardiol in the last 2 or 3 performances? Coming on as a substitute in the FIFA Club World Cup, both times was really, really sloppy from Gvardiol. This time I thought, oh God, he's coming on for John Stones. And going off recent memory, his Fluminense performance and his Red Diamonds performance, he was sloppy. He came on, he worried me. Even in the Premier League prior to that, he was getting a bit sloppy. Here's me praising him right now. That's what you do. You know, I've been super critical of him, but he came on yesterday for John Stones, 47 minutes of football. He was solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. I was really, really impressed by Gvardiol yesterday. Thought he was really good. 57 touches, 89% passing accuracy, 2 tackles, a key pass, 1 dribble. It was successful. He was dribbled past the once. He needs to try and cut that out if he can, but 5 ground duels, and he won 4 of them. Really good from Josko Gvardiol, 7 out of 10. Nathan Ake. 90 minutes, 86 touches, 96% passing accuracy is really good from Nathan Ake. 1 key pass, an interception, 4 clearances, 4 aerial duels. He won 2 of them. I remember, I don't know if it counts as a duel, but there was a couple of corners that he cleared really well with his head in the first half. 2 ground duels and he won 1 of them, which was a solid performance from Nathan Ake again. I think he deserves a 7, same as Josko Gvardiol and Kyle Walker. Those 2 players, and alongside Nathan Ake, they were good. It was only really Manuel Akanji in defence that didn't fill me with as much confidence as the other 2. But I think Manuel Akanji is going to be an absolute rock for us throughout this entire season. John Stones comes off with an injury. You're hoping it's not long term, but I don't think he left the pitch. He didn't leave a great performance behind. I don't think he was poor. I just think it was a little bit quiet. And there certainly wasn't any glaringly bad mistakes. It was just quiet and not too much to talk about. 43 minutes, 43 touches, 1 touch per minute, 93% passing accuracy, no key passes, an aerial duel. He didn't win it. He didn't make any tackles. He cleared the ball once. He entered into a ground duel once and he didn't win it. I've got to give him a 6 out of 10. I don't think he played that well, to be honest, and it was unlucky to see him coming off injured. You're just hoping that's not long-term because we need him. We need John Stones, and playing in that in-and-out hybrid defensive midfield, centre-back role, centre-back, you know, whatever they call it nowadays, that role, centre-half, like back half, whatever you want to call that. We need him. We need John Stones. And it didn't look good. It didn't look good, so hopefully it's not too bad in the long term. Rodri, I thought his first half mistake was a big one, a really big one. It goes down, I've not put it on the graphic, but it goes down as an error that led to a goal. And that's what I'm talking about, individual errors. The performance was really good, but that error was proving to be very, very costly for Manchester City. But outside of that error, really good. Solid as a rock from Rodri, really good performance. 90 minutes played, 146 touches, 94% passing accuracy, a key pass, 3 tackles, really good, 2 interceptions, 7 ground duels, he won 5 of them, possession lost 12 times. If he hadn't made that mistake, he's looking at 7.5 to 8 effectively, because there was a couple of mistakes in that first half, one which led to a goal. But still, you know, Rodri stepped up to the plate in that second half and he ran the show in midfield really, really well. And I was pleased with how he turned it round after that mistake. So 7 out of 10 for Rodri. Mateus Nunes, a bit of a stinker for him, not his greatest day. And I was really hoping to see him come back from the FIFA Club World Cup where he played so well. He played so well in both those games, but now it was like a level up. Let's go back to the Premier League where it's tougher. You've got a harder battle on your hands. And he didn't do too well. He had that one opportunity that Alvarez sent him through one-on-one. He's got to get his laces through that. That's just one shot that goes down as a shot on target, but that's the thing with stats. Oh, it's a shot on target, 100% shooting accuracy, but he's got to be hitting the target better than that. He's got to be hitting it through with his laces and putting Pickford under more pressure. Outside of that, I thought he was too loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey with the ball. He kept giving it away. Really sloppy with the ball. Really sloppy. You can see that with the passing accuracy. 76% passing accuracy and possession lost. The second most in the team, with 14 times he lost the ball. That's too high. He's getting too sloppy with that ball. And all the other stats as well, they're not great reading, to be honest. 6 ground duels and he only won 2 of them. An aerial duel, he didn't win it, and he didn't put any sort of creativity onto the pitch either, with 0 key passes. And he comes off on the 65th minute for Kovacic. 5.5 for Matheus Nunes. And you're hoping he can turn that round and get some sort of resemblance of form that he seems to have picked up at the FIFA Club World Cup. Now he's dipped again, and you're hoping he can, it's frustrating that he didn't continue that form. Hopefully he can play some more minutes, maybe against Sheffield United, maybe, and, turn that form around. We'll have to wait and see. So 5.5 for Nunes. Kovacic, you can see straight away that, 25 minutes, he comes on for Matheus Nunes. So in a third of the time, he's got 92% passing accuracy, and he's got 40 touches. So if you go back to Nunes, in almost 3 times the amount of minutes that Kovacic was on the pitch for, he touched the ball 43 times. For a third of the time, he's touched the ball 40 times. So Nunes has got to do more than that. He's got to do more than that. And Kovacic came on and he controlled the game, exactly what we needed in that time. At 2-1, he's coming onto the pitch and provided another level of control that Pep was craving after our second goal, just to kill the game out and dictate that midfield. And Kovacic came on and he did that. He needs to be a little bit stronger in those ground duels. 1 out of 4 isn't great, but 1 dribble successful is really good. And he only lost the ball 5 times in 25 minutes. That's really good from Kovacic. Another player that we could potentially bring on. I like to see him in these sort of games. You take the lead, you bring on Kovacic, and you can control the game really well. 6.5 for Mateo Kovacic. Phil Foden, 9 out of 10. Man of the match performance. Easy 9 out of 10. That brilliant, sensational, sublime from Phil Foden. He grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, and I'm winning this, he said. Winning it, and he did. Not quite a Pep Guardiola goal, in terms of, I doubt Pep said, go and have a shot from about 28 yards, 30 yards out from goal and see if it goes in. There's no way he instructed him to do that. But that's the brilliance of Phil Foden, the unpredictability and the ferocious power behind that shot as well. He's got 7 shots there, 2 of them on target. 1 of them hit the post. That would have been one of our goals of the season, because what a move that was. And the strike that hit the post for Phil Foden, he deserved that as well. If that goes in, we're talking about a potential 9.5 performance, because what a goal that would have been. Brilliant from Phil Foden. 3 key passes, 94% passing accuracy in the middle of the park, in an attacking midfield role as well. These are not sideways passes we're talking about. 94% in his position is rare and difficult to achieve, and he's achieved it, and he's done really well in doing that. 2 aerial duels as well. The smallest guy on the pitch is challenging for the ball in the air. Brave, tenacious. Love that from Phil Foden. Dribble successful, 4 attempted, 3 completed, really good. And he only lost the ball 7 times in 90 minutes of football. Continue this, please, Phil, because if you play like this in every game for the rest of the season, we're winning the league, mate. We're winning the league. You've got to keep playing like this. We can't see any more dips or lack of consistency. He's got to keep this form going now, because we will win the league with him playing like that. You pop Kevin De Bruyne alongside Phil Foden playing like that. We're in business. We're in business. Brilliant from Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva, on the other hand, let's jump straight to it, because a couple of people have already criticised me for being a bit harsh on him, but my eyes did not deceive me. My eyes did not deceive me. I was absolutely correct in what I said. Now, he's getting a 6.5 because he scored a goal and he got an assist, because that little simple 3-yard pass to Phil Foden before he thunderbasted it into the back of the net came from a Bernardo Silva assist. But those numbers are ugly. They are some ugly reading numbers. They are. We talk about Matheus Nunes, who was the second worst player. Gave the ball away 14 times, Matheus Nunes. Nearly double that, Bernardo Silva. 27 times he lost the ball. And I called him sloppy, and people said, what game was I watching? I was watching the game. I'm pretty sure my eyes did not deceive me. 27 times he lost the ball. Unacceptably bad. That's not good enough. He can't be being that sloppy with the ball. A really sloppy performance from Bernardo Silva. It was, and I've got the figures to back me up. So this is not the eye test failing me. No. I've got the eye test passed and the stats passed. I've got it absolutely spot on. Crosses. We nail Kyle Walker, don't we? We nail him for crosses. 1 out of 6 was successful. Really sloppy. 3 dribble attempts. Only 1 completed. 7 ground duels. Only 3 completed. 2 key passes, 80% for Bernardo Silva's low by his usual standards, but he got a goal. And what a finish it was. What a finish it was. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, that was not not an easy finish. It was a really difficult finish because he had Branthwaite riding his back and he just ghosts it into that empty net. A gift from Jordan Pickford, in truth. But still, the performance from Bernardo Silva, in particular in that first half, was not a good one. But the goal and assist saves him from getting potentially a 5 out of 10. And I can't really be too critical from a man who gets a goal and an assist. So as important as that goal and the assist turned out to be, we can't ignore the rest of his performance because was below his usual standards. So that done and dusted. 6.5 for Bernardo Silva. Jack Grealish, on the other hand, he doesn't get a goal, he doesn't get an assist, but he played absolutely brilliant. And I mean, I think you need to have open your mind, Blues. Open your understanding of the game, because it isn't. The game is vital when it comes to goals and assists. I get that. That's clear. That's obvious. But we need performances like this from Jack Grealish. That while he isn't grabbing headlines because he hasn't scored, he hasn't got an assist. Those numbers are what we need from all of our players. All of our players, but with the attitude and the work ethic of Jack Grealish. Brilliant from Jack Grealish. 57 touches, 83% passing accuracy, 4 key passes, really creative, 2 dribble attempts, both completed, 3 tackles from Jack Grealish, really good, 10 ground duels, he won 9 of them. That's what I'm talking about, Jack Grealish. That is what I'm talking about. Absolutely sensational. Love that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 8 times he only lost the ball compared to Bernardo Silva's 27. Come on. 8 out of 10 for Jack Grealish. Brilliant from Jack. Alvarez, brilliant. Penalty, goal, still got to put it in the back of the net. A little bit fortunate that Pickford's foot didn't send that away from goal, because he very nearly saved that, Pickford. It clipped his heel. Still, though, back of the net it goes. I thought he was good. Outside of the penalty, I thought Julian Alvarez was good. I thought he was really good. 90 minutes played, 54 touches, 93% passing accuracy, which is really good for Julian Alvarez, well above his usual standards. He's normally in the 80s. 4 key passes, very creative. 5 shots and 4 on target, good. 1 big chance created, really good. 10 ground duels and he won 50% of them. Just goes to show how hard it is. You know, this guy works hard. He works very hard, and people talk about Julian Alvarez with a lot of respect towards his work ethic, but Jack Grealish won 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? Brilliant from Jack Grealish. I can't get over those numbers that Jack Grealish put on the board. Brilliant. Julian Alvarez not quite as good, but still. Yeah, a typical Julian Alvarez performance with a goal to his name as well. Really good. 10 times he lost the ball. 7.5 for Julian Alvarez, and Manchester City have got 3 points, and we are now very much firmly in a really interesting and very exciting title race. It's going to be a monumental season, I think, and a one for the history books, because I think there's going to be a minimum of 3 teams chasing down this Premier League title, and it's going to get there's going to be twists and turns, and I'm excited. You just hope City's fear factor and the second half of our season fear factor that we've installed into the minds, living rent-free in the minds of Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans. They're scared of us. They're scared of us in the second half of the season. Hopefully we can maintain that and prove that's why we're champions of the world, and go on and win a 4th Premier League in a row. Blues, what do you think about the player ratings? What do you think about the match overall? Who do you think stood out for you? What do you think about my player ratings? Do you agree with them? Is there any ones that you think you totally disagree with, or you in complete agreement with me? Get in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe. Typical City is the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is typical City now, holding up Silva.